What up, guys? Welcome back. So today we're talking about the iPhone 15 Plus again, and why I think this is the best device to buy right now if you want an iPhone. Whether you are upgrading, whether you are just getting into the ecosystem with Apple, the 15 Plus, not the 15, not the Pro, and not the Pro Max, which I will have, and I will drop some videos on that. But right now, this is one of my favorite iPhones I think that I have ever used. And we're going to talk about why that is, but let's talk about how good this device is. That color on here, one of the reasons why you would consider getting the 15 Plus right away is this build quality and the color. So the infused color with the frosted back on here, the smooth finish, aluminum and glass build. So it is very slippery. Throw a case on it, of course, rounded edges. So you're not getting that sharp edge like you did on previous iPhones, going all the way back to when the iPhone 12 did drop. So we get these smooth edges, and it looks like it's a squared off edge, but it's not. It is a very smooth feel to it. And because it's aluminum and glass, it's very lightweight, but there is something about this build that goes and ties in with the color that makes this device feel premium. I don't feel like I'm using a cheaper iPhone. And this is probably the first time that I'm able to say that when using a Pro iPhone compared to something else. I don't feel like I'm missing out on really anything with this device. So again, this does come in 5 different colors. I have the blue color here, which kind of looks white, but overall, you are getting just a really beautiful looking phone. And then when you look at this display, we're talking about Dynamic Island. We're talking about one of the best displays you're gonna get on a phone. It's bright as hell. You don't need to worry about this in direct sunlight. It is clean, it is sharp. It's just a beautiful phone. And the fact that it starts, we'll talk about price now, the fact that you can get one of these for $899 and you can trade in a device and get it for even cheaper, it's a no-brainer. The 6.7-inch display on here compared to what we get on the iPhone 15, that's why I would go spend the extra $100 and get this, because you're not just getting a bigger display, you're getting some other features that one other feature when it comes to overall performance with this device compared to the 15. If you have to ask me, the 15 and the 15 Plus, it's this all day. And there's one specific reason why you would get this over not just the 15, like I just mentioned, but the Pro and the Pro Max. And we'll talk about that a little later on in the video. But if you're new to the channel, guys, hit that like, drop a sub. Now, we also get USB-C on here. So that is another reason to upgrade. If you are coming from an older iPhone and you're thinking about upgrading, USB-C. Now, this is USB-C 2.0. The Pro versions of the iPhones do have faster transfer speeds, but let's be real, it's not going to make that much of a difference. It is still USB-C. So you're gonna be able to use this one plug with all of your devices moving forward. So if you're coming from an older iPhone, just know that at some point, Lightning will no longer be available anywhere. So if you wanna upgrade USB-C, it's the way to go. You're gonna be able to use this. You're gonna be able to charge other devices. If you have AirPods, you can plug it in and charge it now and charge your AirPods directly from your phone. So USB-C, it's a big deal now. That is a standard across just about all of tech, which I'm here for. Now, one of the main reasons that I love this device, and probably the best thing about this device, is the battery life on here. So we are getting the A16 Bionic in here. So you're getting crazy performance on a phone like this with that chip. It's not the same chip that's in the Pros, and it is a better chip than what we had last year on the 14 Pro Max and the older iPhone. So you're getting incredible performance, but with that optimized performance, we are getting insane battery life on this device. Much better than on the regular 15, better than the 15 Pro, and better than the 15 Pro Max, and better than any phone I've ever used before. I unboxed this device on Friday night. I charged it once. I think yesterday or the day before, I think a day and a half ago, I charged this device up. So I've charged it once since Friday. It is now, I'm shooting this video on a Tuesday. It's probably almost 3:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. I've charged it once to about 90%, and I still have 30% battery life on here. The battery life on here is the best. And I had the 13 Pro Max, the S23 Ultra. I've had phones with beast battery life. This is a device where you don't have to worry about it. I go to sleep at night, I charge this guy up. Well, I don't charge it up. I don't charge it up at night. That's how good this battery life is. It is a monster. Combine that with this display, combine that with USB-C, combine that with just how smooth iOS is anyway. Performance and battery life are on another level for a phone that starts at $899. And yes, 60 hertz. Would I have loved to see 90 hertz at least on the cheaper iPhones? Of course I would, but we are getting 60 hertz. And that's one of the reasons that battery life is going to be so good, because we're not bumping it up to 120 or even 90. We will get improved battery life on here when we are running 60 hertz as our refresh rate, but it is still a very smooth phone. And who cares about 120 hertz? The 1% of tech YouTube. No one else cares about 120 hertz or even 90. Would I have loved to see it? Can you tell the difference if you use a phone daily with 120 hertz? Of course you can, but let's be real. Let's think about the apps that we are using this on. So 120 hertz, 90 hertz, 60 hertz, that really matters when you are scrolling, right? If you're just opening up YouTube and you're watching a video, you're not going to notice it. If you are just browsing Twitter like this, you're not going to notice it. It matters when you scroll, but how many of us are doing this on our phones on a daily? Maybe Instagram, we do that, right? We're looking for something to watch on Instagram, and you're not even scrolling that fast. Nobody is doing that. What you see in the videos by us YouTubers, we're doing this to show you the refresh rate. Nobody's doing that in real life. So 60 hertz, 90 hertz, 120, there is a difference. Is 120 better? Of course, it also drains more battery life, but 60 hertz on here, on iOS, it's always been smooth. I would like to see maybe next year 90 hertz at least on the Plus and the regular iPhone, but we are getting improved battery life on it because of it. And the battery life on here will give you a day and a half, 2 days, and it's not even struggling to do it. It is simple, and it is just a beast when it comes to battery. The best battery I've ever had on a phone, hands down. Now let's talk about the new cameras on the iPhone 15 Plus and 15. So we are getting a 48 megapixel camera on here, a little smaller sensor than what we get on the Pros for this device, but we are getting top tier quality when it comes to the camera setup. And if you like to shoot video on your iPhone, iPhones have always been fantastic. This will give you 4K 24, 4K 30, and 4K 60 when it comes to video. Now you're going to be able to go in and do a bunch of things on here with the camera. It is amazing. We get some new performance. We're getting some new software, Photonic Engine. We're getting depth info on here, which we never had before. You can only use that in portrait mode. You're going to be able to take a picture not in portrait mode and then go in and adjust the background, the bokeh inside, because of the new software on this device. And there are a ton of videos on YouTube. I will have a video dropping with nothing but video and nothing but photos so you guys can see how good and what you can do. I'm not a professional when it comes to taking photos or anything, but I'm just point and shoot. The everyday Joe, that's what I'm going to give you, just good pictures. I'm not going to do any editing on it, but I'm going to come down with a video probably next week or in 2 weeks with nothing but photos, and then another one with some just cool video. Maybe I'll even shoot some YouTube videos just using the iPhone, but the quality on here is just clean. Now, compare this to what we had on last year's devices. We're not getting the same software enhancements that we get with the camera system on the new 15 series of iPhones that we even had on some of the Pro models last year. So it's not scaled down. When you're shooting in 48, you're getting 48. And when you zoom in, you're getting a true 24, whereas on previous iPhones, it did not do that. So we are getting upgraded cameras, in my opinion, on the Plus, and of course the Pro and the Pro Max get that extra lens. And last but not least, the price. You're getting some trade-in deals this year, not only from carriers, but from Apple. And you are getting one of the best phones you can buy, one of the best iPhones you can buy right now. And I'm not talking about the 15, I'm not talking about the Pro, and I'm not talking about the Pro Max. I believe right now, this device right here, the iPhone 15 Plus, is the one phone that if you want to upgrade or if you want to start into the ecosystem with Apple, this is the best bang for buck. And in my opinion, it's really not that close. This feels premium. It does everything it should. You can throw anything at this. If you are a gamer, you can play any game on here. You can do whatever you want with this device, and it's going to beast through it. And it will last you for about 2 days when it comes to battery life. Insane value right here with the 15 Plus, guys. That's it. Just a quick follow-up video to my initial thoughts on this device. They have improved tremendously since my first impressions. This is probably my favorite iPhone of all time right now, and I've only used it for about 4 days. That's it, guys. I'll be back soon. Peace.